Healing is not a linear process, and when you're going through it all, you have to remember that in order to experience the highs, you have to experience the lows. And so that there are going to be ups and downs. There's going to be days where you feel better, and then some days you feel really bad. But you have to just remind yourself that at the end of it all, you're going to be okay, and you're strong, and you can get through anything.
I think it's important to acknowledge your emotions because it shows a sign of vulnerability that I think is necessary for human development. And not only that, not only understanding yourself, but understanding the emotion and pain of others, the feelings of others. And using that, you can get a feel with how you're feeling. And back in 9th grade, I used to be all over the place. I didn't really know what I was feeling. I used to be stressed out one minute, then happy the next. And it was incredibly hard to understand how I was feeling. But through self-awareness, I was able to gain a sense of, all right, this is how I'm feeling. What are healthy ways to cope? And I think that's an important part of life. And for anyone who's afraid or scared to show emotions, it takes more bravery to be able to come out and express how you're feeling or identify how you're feeling. So that way you can improve later on and use those gifts as a way not only to enhance yourself, but to enhance the lives of others.
I think the most important thing to remember is it's okay to ask for help, and there's strength in being vulnerable. And there's nothing wrong with taking a step back, because grades aren't always the most important thing. What's the most important is your mental health. And I think there's this false notation that, like, if your grades are okay, you're okay. And that's just not the truth. So I think the most important thing is definitely ask for help and know that you're strong for doing it.
Hi, I'm Ms. Giordano, the Student Assistance Counselor at Colonia High School. Each week, we will be doing a social and emotional learning lesson in your classrooms. The Woodbridge Township School District purchased a social and emotional curriculum for all of us to help deal with our mental health, to help us develop coping techniques and strategies to help us. This has been a difficult 18 months for everybody. We're all in a different place and we're all feeling different ways. And it's important to realize that everybody needs help. We all have good days and bad days, and it's important to understand that you need to learn coping techniques and strategies to deal with your stress and mental health. So please make sure you take part in the videos and the activities so we can help you help yourselves and have a great year. Thanks.
When I'm upset, I like to work out. I like to use whatever I'm going through to push me and use it as motivation to make myself better.
So when I feel sad or frustrated, I tend to isolate myself from the people that I am closest to, and I just get into this rut of sadness and anger, and I just have to take it out. It's usually on my parents, not gonna lie, I'm so sorry about that. But I just appreciate how my friends, they give me the space that I need and I work out my emotions, but at the end of the day, they never leave me, and I think that is something that is really important that friends should be mindful of. If anyone were to ever see their friends be distant from them, just always make sure to check in and to be there for them.
I usually don't always get stressed, but sometimes I do have my days. I usually don't show it off as much, but a few ways I cope with stress. I either hop on the game with my friends, go out to eat. I love eating food. Go outside for a walk. I take a nap. Sometimes you just gotta punch something, go to the gym, go punch a punching bag.
When I feel stressed, I like to either take long car rides and listen to music with no destination, or write down my feelings on a piece of paper and burn it in my fireplace at night.
When I'm having a bad day, I'll pick a book that I'm into and take a blanket outside, lie down on the grass, and start reading. And usually that makes me feel better.
Growing up, I went through a lot. I mean, my life is not a walk in the park, and it shouldn't be. Not everyone's gonna have a perfect life. Growing up, I was in honors classes throughout middle school and high school. I dealt with issues at home. My mom gave birth to my little brother, and I had to deal with taking care of him while learning and keeping up with my education. I can imagine kids going through sports and family issues and learning. That's a lot to keep up with, but I had people like Ms. Giordano and other students to talk to. I had a lot of friends that I tried to reach out to when I felt sad or when I needed someone to just rant to. I even played video games. Video games were like my lifesaver. I would play video games with my friends, and it was just so fun. And to get my mind off of the time being, in school, when you're in school and you want to talk to someone, you can always pull your teacher aside, talk to a friend. I mean, not during class, but definitely talk to friends. You have lunch periods, you have classes with your friends. It's okay to talk to someone. I always talk to someone. That was like the biggest thing for me. Just talking to someone alone can relieve so much pain. And then they might tell you things too, like, oh, well, I'm also going through this. It's just a growing process. Things will get better over time, no matter what you're going through. Even if you feel like you're so trapped in, it will get better, no matter what.
How do I handle stress? Typically, I don't stress a lot, but when I do stress, I like to vent. Like, I'll go home after practice. If I have a stressful day, a long day, I'll go home after practice. I'll shower, eat, and I'll just go to my room. And after I settle down, I have one of my best friends. I'll just FaceTime her and then say whatever I need to say, get everything off my chest, and that's just what I do. If anything else, if unfortunately, let's say that person is busy or something, then I'll just go to crunch. I'll go lift, go run a little bit, and that's typically what I do. But I think it's very important for people to know that it's okay to not be okay. You could talk, you could let your feelings out. You be honest about how you're feeling, if you had a long day or a bad day. If you had a good day, I just think it's very important that people understand that.